guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. How have you been? I've been okay. You still gisting with Jola. Part 2 of what I was saying last week. So, thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares, thanks for the comments. I really, really appreciate it. As usual. So, I think I was saying something like I went into the room and I wasn't ready for his rants and everything. So, I just got into the room and came out in a towel because I wanted to have my bath and then eat, and then go to bed. I wasn't ready for any rants at all. As I was just coming out of the room, I didn't even look up. The first thing that hit me was a big blow, boom, on my, in fact, was it on my nose or on my face? Everything all together. Before I could say what was happening, the rushes was kind of like, why is she a boxer? What's going on? He started boxing me, seriously. And I was like, what's going on? I can get from brother. So I was like, what's going on? Everything. I couldn't even stop. In fact, before I knew what was happening, I just saw myself floating on top of, like, what's going on? Where am I going? I feel boom on the floor. Terrazzo ground. Terrazzo ground, On a terrazzo ground, I landed bam like that, and he just started stamping his feet on my stomach. I was like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I didn't even know. He said he's going to kill me. I will kill you. I will kill you. I said, kill me again. What happened? On top, say I went inside just now, just to food or no food. I came late or I didn't come late. Kilo shit. By the time I could escape, by the time I could escape, I just ran into the room and locked it from behind. And the door that I was even locking, na plywood door. If to say the devil in him, decided to just hit that door with his leg, maybe I won't be here today sharing this story. It was really, really something else, because in my mind, as in, I was just playing it back like, what just happened? What just happened? What just happened? Hey, that was how I got the beating of my life for the first time in my life. My late dad beat me now because of a reason. But this one, I just, within me, I just said, hey, because of another woman. Hey, Diola, you don't suffer. I cried my eyes out. I took my phone. I was so shaky. I just took my phone, took a picture, and sent it to my sister-in-laws. I sent it to them so that they could show their mom. And all of them were just saying, what did you do? What warranted that beating? What did you do? I said, what did I do? Okay, good, no problem. Mainly because I'm the kind of person that I don't like talking too much, especially just talking about another person, especially my marriage. I felt like, what's there to know about? Let me just, carry my own cross. I'll talk to you and then we'll sort it, you understand? But it was as if I was just in my own world. Nobody even believed what was happening. I just said, okay. I allowed him to leave for work like 2 days. I just studied his waka for 2 days. So the second day like this, I packed everything that belongs to me. Everything that had my name written on it. He started it actually. There was one day he just came home and started writing with a compass. All these compass in the market. He just removed it and was just writing his name on the things that he bought. So I was not like, did we get a letter from the community that armed robbers are coming? No, I don't understand. He said, no, they are just writing things on my items. I said, really? I didn't even know what was coming, that I was going to get the beating of my life. You understand? So that particular day, I just said, okay, I don't need to even write anything. I know what I brought in. So, no wahala. That beautiful day, I just called a friend of mine. I can't mention his name as usual. She just started begging me, mommy, please, don't go. I looked at her like this. I said, Ogbeni, are you carrying this thing or not? Let me take you back to your house. She was just carrying and she said, thank you very much. I, I took everything that belongs to me. By the time he came back home, I was just hearing the gist later that by the time he got back home, he was like, why is everywhere so, like, there was a lot of echo in the house. And then he said, hey, Diola has turned me to an hey ho ho man, like a naked person. It wasn't my fault actually. I just had to do what I had to do. Now so I pack komoto. And so I pack komoto. In fact, that was the first time, I packed out because in fact, the number of times I went back and came back, I think just 3 times. But even the first one was actually needed because I didn't know what he was going to come back home to do. She understand because each time he left home for that 2 days, he will come to the door because I moved to the next room. Immediately I noticed I went out that same day. I moved into the next room because I didn't want him to touch me at that. Excuse me. In fact, that particular day that he beat me up, immediately I noticed he went out into the car. I quickly opened the door and went into the next room and locked myself in. Because definitely it was the same room that I entered that he will still come back to sleep and change in the morning and everything. I didn't want him to see me so that he won't finally kill me. So after that, I shall moved out of the house and I'd already planned that I was going to try to get a job and this like that. I got a job with a school and fine things were going on well. I had my savings. I got an apartment with my sister and that was it. But you know what that domestic violence, that beating, what it gave me? ah, thank God for some women, Sha. But I want to say something that as a woman, if you're experiencing such and you feel that staying will make him change, he won't change. He won't change because you've actually given him that access. Pay, you mess up like this, Bosani, that's Bos left, right, and center. He won't even look at you 2 times before he does whatever he wants to do. That beating actually gave me a bent spinal cord, which it was something else because the first time I felt it, I think the beating happened 2011. I started feeling the pain 2013 and the pain got so much 2014 because 2013 I told my son that we are going to go to church the following day. I think yes, between 2011 and 2012 he came back to beg and I went back. You understand? My late man was like, it's your husband, you don't have anything, you can't go and marry somebody else. I said I wasn't even ready to marry another person because somebody that has seen this thing. There's a Yoruba that says, "Any Shango ba toju e wole, ko ni ba won ke oba koso." In fact, I don't know how to say it in English, but the God of thunder, if you know the way he went into the ground, once he wants to come back, you won't want to say, you want to help, you want to greet him. You understand? That's the only way I can say it, I can translate it. But by the time I went back, he had promised so many things. He won't beat me again. He won't touch me. Ira, na lie. We continued though, but I was just there like, I made up my mind that anything that he tries to do, I will be so ready. So there was this particular day in 2013. I told my son that we're going to go to church the next day on a Sunday, and then normal me, I wake up very early in the morning, very early in the morning. So he just noticed that mommy was still in bed and all that. That mommy, let's go now. By the time he got to the room, I just laid there on the bed. I told him, I said I couldn't get up, that my left leg was just there, no flow, nothing. I couldn't even move it. My son was like, are you kidding? I said no. He tried lifting it, or I shouted. By the time I could raise the leg, I took time. I had my bath and with pains, I didn't even know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on. And before then, we had gone for a party and I danced so much that day and my son, and we even won the competition. I started feeling the spasm, as in the pain right there, but I didn't even take it serious. I thought it was just the stress of dancing. So this particular Sunday, I had to I had to go back to my parents' house to get my late mom's walking stick just to get to church. So by the time I got to church, everybody was just asking me what was wrong. I said I have a pain or something like that. By the time we got back home from church, I sat down, I was crying, writhing in pains, as in the pains was so much that by the time he came back, he was like, why are you crying? What's wrong? My son said, my mom is in pain. Let's take her to the hospital. He said, did she tell you that she wants to go to the hospital? I said, I don't mind. If I can get to the hospital, I don't mind. We got to the hospital and everything, they were just saying different kind of things. You are going to have a surgery done, my ovary was tied up, or something. They were just saying different kinds of things. The last one they did that particular day, that evening that I got to the hospital, I couldn't walk. They just they got me a wheelchair. I sat on a wheelchair and then they wheeled me to the lab. We did the x-ray and they came back. And in the morning, doctors just gathered and they said they needed to check what was going on. And then the doctors looked at me and said, Madam, were you ever involved in any accident that you actually, maybe a car hit you from the back or something? I said, no. They said, this x-ray is giving like an accident victim. I said, well, I never had an accident. And they said, I covered up for him. Hey, I don't want to chop too much data. Please, if you are in a marriage that you are being abused, don't stay there. Hey, we will all be fine. No, I'm standing here today to the glory and the grace of God. If I show you my x-ray, you will even say it's me that keeps dancing and doing all this all the time. It's just the grace of God. I will stop here and continue next week. Don't forget to keep liking, to keep sharing my videos, and please don't stop subscribing. Those of you that have subscribed, the ones that I know and the ones I don't know, I love you so much. God bless you. I'm just building this platform and I believe that I'm coming up with different kinds of things, ideas. Whereby God will just bring it. I love you so much. See you same time next week. Catch ya. It's still gisting with Diola.